and an obligation to seek and obtain permission to receive money from foreign governments prior to any engagement with them. It does not appear to us that that was ever sought, nor did he ever get that permission. We will jointly be doing a letter for a final determination on that. That will need to come from the Department of Army as well as the Inspector General at the Department of Defense. And if that money was received by General Flynn, and we believe that it was, that money needs to be recovered. That final determination, again, will have to come from the Department of the Army as well as the Department of Defense. But as a former military officer, you simply cannot take money from Russia, Turkey, or anybody else. And it appears as if he did take that money. It was inappropriate, and there are repercussions for the violation of law.
Good morning, and I'd just like to read a very short statement. I want to be very careful because we are coming out of a classified briefing. First, we have just come from this briefing with the Defense Intelligence Agency. They brought in documents for us to review relating to General Flynn. As you know, General Flynn previously led DIA, and he also served as a national security advisor until he was fired by President Trump. Right now, we cannot discuss the contents of the documents that we just saw because they are indeed classified. But we can say this: they are extremely troubling. We have concerns, and I believe these documents should be declassified to the fullest extent possible without compromising sources and methods. I want to thank Chairman Chaffetz, who joined our request for these documents, and I believe that he feels the same, that the American people should be able to see these documents for themselves. Second, we've been trying for several months to obtain General Flynn's security clearance information to determine whether he reported payments he received for his trip to Russia in 2015 when he dined with the Russian president. We've now obtained General Flynn's application to renew his security clearance in January 2016. This form is called an SF-86. General Flynn filed his FX-86 about a month after he traveled to Moscow. However, there is no evidence, as the chairman said, anywhere in these documents that reported the funds he received for this trip. There is also no evidence that he sought permission to obtain these funds from a foreign source. This is a major problem. As the SF-86 explains, and I quote, "All questions on this form must be answered completely and truthfully." It also says this, and let me quote directly. The United States Criminal Code, Title 18, Section 1001, provides that knowingly falsifying or concealing a material fact is a felony, which may result in fines up to 5 years and 5 years in imprisonment. Based on these documents, I believe the Oversight Committee should be holding a hearing with General Flynn. I understand the chairman, and we've talked briefly about this, and it seems that this is perhaps the purview of the Intelligence Committee, and I understand that, Mr. Chairman. But we need to have the opportunity to ask General Flynn directly why he concealed these foreign payments from the Defense Department. Finally, let me say this. As part of our investigation, Chairman Chaffetz and I sent a bipartisan request to Mr. Preface, the White House Chief of Staff, requesting a wide range of documents, including any, and I quote, referring or relating to Lieutenant General Flynn's contacts with foreign nationals. Despite all of these very troubling developments, last Wednesday on April 19th, we received a response from the White House refusing to provide any of the documents we requested. So we received no internal documents relating to what General Flynn reported to the White House when they vetted him to become National Security Advisor. And we received no documents relating to his termination as National Security Advisor for concealing his discussion with the Russian ambassador. In short, the White House has refused to provide this committee with a single piece of paper in response to our bipartisan requests, and that's simply unacceptable. And so today I'm releasing the White House a letter to you, and I hope our committee will impress upon them the need for them to provide the documents that we are seeking. Thank you very much.